Hello everyone. While I was working outside, I remember one of their videos they put up on YouTube from the Kingdom Hall, and one of their small talks was kind of disturbing, and I like to put a new twist, and hopefully it'll get some people to do some thinking. They was talking about when Christ was being impaled, and he shouted out to his father, or how you want to look at it, to his father, basically, don't kill these Romans for what they're doing to me. So Christ was forgiving what they was doing to him. Basically, in this talk, is trying to get Jehovah's Witnesses to put their...
Okay, I found this on the web for latest tallest target Jehovah's Witnesses 2 on. Take a look.
Okay, Siri is started her nonsense again. Anyway, I'm about ready to lose my thought. I did almost lose my thought. Well, let's try again. Watchtower knows there's problems inside the Kingdom Halls because elders writes to New York, maybe they even mentioned to their circuit overseers that there are many Jehovah's Witnesses are bickering, arguing, and fighting among themselves. So they have to have these pep talks to overlook and forgive your brothers. Okay, that will be true. It doesn't matter if you're in a religion or not. But also it depends on the situation, why that person is really angry at that person. Let's use something as an example. Let's take the elders, for example. They are supposed to be leaders of the Kingdom Hall, supposed to be appointed by their God Jehovah to take care of all Jehovah's Witnesses' spiritual needs. Now, would this elder mess up accidentally or deliberately when it comes to a young girl inside the Kingdom Hall? He has his eyes on her. He's fantasizing about her. Would he go up to the parents and ask them, do you mind I'll be alone with your daughter so she and I can get to know each other? No, he wouldn't. Because if any father is way I would have been, I probably would have decked him out. Probably would drug his ass all the way to the front of the stage and tell him exactly what this guy said and force him to say on the microphone to the people in the congregation. No, he's not going to ask you permission. He's going to go behind your back. then he's going to, in a conniving way, twisted way, to keep the girl to be silent long as possible, while he's planning how he's going to get out of this mess, just in case she tells somebody. Are you supposed to forgive a child molester? An elder that you thought was supposed to give you helping hand and spiritual, and when you're down in the dumps, and you're weak, he's supposed to build you up. But all the time he's having the goo goo gaga's eyes looking around at your daughter and maybe other children. Do you really think that Christ was talking about something this evil that goes on in Watchtower's land of conspiracy, cover-ups of child molesting? It is so much evidence out there, people who was vandalized, raped for many years by people like elders, all the way down to stepdads, fathers, in this so-called true religion. It was disturbing when they're trying to fix small problems, issues in the Kingdom Hall, but they don't care about the main issues, why many children are leaving this religion. When you are forced with a gag order from your elders to keep your mouth shut, or you or your parents will be discipled. Or better yet, will the parents believe you over this man? I'm sorry, but those kind of talks kind of disturb me and makes me upset, because there's so much evil going on in this false religion. How can you start to forgive when it's based on lies, deception, false prophecies, and everything else? When I look at it from our heart, they should be apologizing to every single one in the Kingdom Hall, the governing body. They should get on their JW broadcast, make it announce, and to tell every single Jehovah's Witness that yes, we have deceived you, and no, apostates never lied. They told the truth about us. And everything that we wrote in our past literatures, there was no new light information. We was just covering up our sins, our lies. You can't keep forgiving someone keeps lying to you every single day. I'm sorry, people, but the foundation of this religion is based on many lies, and it's still going on some of y'all may want to leave a comment said you not showed us no proof, no evidence, but you throwing false accusations against Jehovah's Witnesses. Well, I do want to say something to you people. Have you watched all the evidence and the proof I have made from since 2012, many years ago? Have you even went on the internet to find these books, the PDF or the hard copies, to see what I put on the video was accurate? Anyone can come on our channels, make false accusations against us, because that's the way Watchtower has programmed all Jehovah's Witnesses. And it's hard to let go. We are supposed to be the ones that should be the teachers, not the student. That's why it's hard to teach elders the real truth, because they got this humongous chip on their shoulder. They don't want to look like a fool in front of you. It's better to be a fool than a deaf fool. It's better to learn than stay ignorant. I made choices on my path. Do you think one lie convinced me? Do you think two lies convinced me this was false religion? It could have. But I wasn't super doctrinated, because I had issues of things that was kind of pissing me off, the way they treated my parents. In other words, like someone says, it always takes two to start an argument. Well, the other party, it's almost like the elders was just pat her on the hands and tell her, you're not going to be this fellowship. But we are going to destroy my parents' lives. My parents' lives. When she had more sins than my parents. And yeah, I couldn't forgive them. Because if I didn't know the facts and evidence about this person, then I would never know who was telling the truth and who was lying to me. People, you can't keep protecting evil. Otherwise, you might as well say Satan the devil can turn from his evil back to a righteous, wonderful angel again. But what about all the damage he's already done to the human race? You think God's going to forgive him for all the stuff he did? There's lines that has went over where it's supposed to be in, to forgive. And some of these lines is not small as an anthill. We talk about like Mount Elvis and other big mountains. That is Watchtower. And you can see, open your eyes to the internet and the facts and evidence. You can see how tall, evil this organization has been since of its birth, its creation. And you want to tell us in our chairs we're supposed to overlook the governing body, people at Watchtower who put ridiculous, stupidest information in the literature that people like me and others have gone through, and see the ridiculous nonsense they have put in. And don't say it's imperfect men. That's is a bunch of garbage. Imperfect is when you make a mistake and learn from it. But when you got an organization that has made so many ridiculous, but you can't call them mistakes, how can you forgive them? How many times are you supposed to forgive them? Just like Mount Elvis. You can't move it. And that's what Watchtower is. It's like they think they are the biggest, tallest mountain that every person, every religion should come to them. But don't be fooled, people. You cannot be fooled by any religion. If you expect to give your life to a religion and you have no clue of their teachings, the false predictions, or anything. Just like one Jehovah's Witness said, they realized not to predict any of the world. Of course, I had to leave a comment because they made too many dates. I seen them. I read them. I've seen in the articles, the publications. Even read when it says about 1914, 1925, they was going to stop predicting dates in their own literature. So, was that ignorance or was that new light? Or maybe they was hoping that people would come back if they promised they'd never predict any more nonsense like that ever again. Think about it. So that is my thoughts. And if you think it is right for an elder to molest children, maybe you should go to any elder and ask them Would you really believe parents would give anyone in this Kingdom Hall, all the way up to the elders, permission to rape their children and for the family to forgive the predator? To forgive them. Think about that before you call this the truth. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.